Here we are.
Previous show for the race meeting that's not going to go ahead.
Why won't it go ahead? What, they don't want to run it? Like Tuesday and Wednesday, they didn't want to run those.
They didn't want to run Tuesday for sure. Wednesday might have been too wet.
Yeah, it might have been, but I mean, look, the thing about this is probably my favourite type of rain is this, it's warm, it's just showery, it doesn't rain consistently.
It's pretty wet, Mark.
Yeah, it's wet. It's wet, and hopefully we'll have a meeting tomorrow, or maybe Monday or Tuesday, or whenever they decide they can hold it.
So we thought we'd do the preview show anyway, do all the form, and then, you know, hang around for them to call it off, and then just go, oh yeah, there it is.
Well, it'll be on sometime in the next 5 days anyway.
Will it really?
They won't call it off, they'll have to run it.
I think so, and I didn't realise until I just read that apparently Prized Icon, who is in the Australian Guineas tomorrow.
He's in Melbourne.
Yeah, he's in Melbourne, but if they postpone this meeting, he'll be scratched from Melbourne to come back to Sydney.
Why don't they race him in Melbourne and then back him up in Sydney?
It's a great idea.
Why not?
Huh? Why not?
He can win both
Guineas.
the big race. Wouldn't that be
He's the only horse that's capable of doing it.
And maybe the only horse that ever will.
Now, the other question about tomorrow is that the rail out 4 metres, will we see a repeat of last week's fiasco, or will it just be something else?
Yeah, well, it can't be the same as last week. That was terrifying, and I think it will be a bit different, don't you, Mark?
A bit different, but a bit like it, if you know what I mean. It's going to be sort of on pace, and the fence won't be a bad place.
Okay.
Right, but I don't think, you know, if it was 3 metres, I'd be worried. 4 metres gives us the opportunity to
we miss
enough.
Dallas talking about his channel. Remember, he used to love his little channel.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
loves
His lanes.
He loves his
Lucky
lanes.
lane 8. Well, lucky lane 8 wasn't operating last week. Here we go. We've got the. They're an hour and a half late. What are they doing? Okay, so cracking card at Randwick as it stands. Only the 7 scratchings at the moment. Make that 77 tomorrow. And we kick off with the time-honoured Riesling Slipper Trial. I think it's called the Rising Stakes now.
Yeah, there it is. Well, what are we going to do, dear?
I've got these mics, by the way, but I can't bring them out in the rain.
So I've got planes and trains and automobiles.
Yeah.
$1.50. They put up $1.50. Do you take it on this type of track?
I think you do. $1.30 it is at the moment because Hudson is not running and never was going to be running.
No, it's in the Opal on Sunday.
I think it might even be in Brisbane tomorrow.
Hudson?
Yeah.
Well, it's in the Opal with the rider.
Okay, Jeff?
Jeff Lloyd.
Wow, love to see Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff will be down.
It's running, I heard it was running in Queensland.
Anyway, that's irrelevant to tomorrow. $1.30 She Will Reign, $7 from within. And we get our man who's not quite as magic in Sydney as he is in Melbourne. $14 Frolic. And then long odds the rest, 31 headed by 26 Villa Carlotta and 31 Lucky Louie. Does she get out of the gates tomorrow or not? Or do they go, oh, well, it doesn't matter now?
I think they go, oh, well, it doesn't matter now. I don't know. What? So it's okay. The bookies will reach this bit tomorrow. Bulk track. $1.40.
Well, Winks was $1.24, so...
They're going to reach. How do you take it?
What are you saying it's going to get out to?
$1.40?
No, I'm not touching $1.40, but I'd back it at $1.60.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's talk about She Will Reign falling down and what will not fall down.
Well, the one with half a sort of a chance I thought was Frolic. I thought that was a good win last start, and it's actually got the 1200 metre fitness up its.
I'd agree with that.
Up its sleeve.
Looked a line chaser to me too, and it looked a wet track type. The previous run was second there at Canterbury behind Mars Super. It looked a wet track type. I suppose it can get into the placings for sure. And then I thought also the one that won the track, even though it's over the 1,000 metres with Glenn that day. That's Villa Carlotta. Find Shinny tomorrow. It's by Street Cry. All the Street Cries seem to handle it really good. I thought it could get into a placing as well.
So what about the idea that anything that runs by Winks is good form? Although I'm querying last Saturday.
Don't start again on the Squiddy Spirit. I've already had contact
from Lee.
Well, kind of from someone associated with the stable, and they'd like you to drop the F off. And I can't blame them.
I wasn't talking about that. I just said...
You just brought it up again.
I'm talking genuinely.
No, hang on. What happened with Lee Curtis? He's an absolute champion, as you know. He's a battler, as you know. Was he once a bookie? He was once a bookie's clerk. Did he steal one of your fucking jobs in a previous life?
No, but I used to work for a clean union, like I did.
Is this some history?
No.
No, it's just the horse isn't going to win another race.
Anyway, I didn't come here to bring this up.
Hang on. Is it fair to say that in this game we have to applaud everyone doing their best?
Yes.
Okay. This is a family business.
I'm not saying it's a great story, and he's done a great job with to get it to
They
do
have
what it's
other
done.
people that might want to buy horses, and you two keep potting the shit out of the
No,
best.
but we're not potting him. We're just
We're
saying
not
the
even
horse.
potting the horse.
We're actually giving him a big rap because he got
The
that
horse
horse.
ran second to Winks the other day, took it up. Let me just finish. It had Group 1 horses behind it that couldn't get past it, and you two have been potting the run.
the fence-
And I wasn't even going to mention to you, because I was going to mention to you off air, but straight away, we're straight in to...
I wasn't talking about the horse. I'm saying that good form. You remember last spring, good form behind Winks. Everything that ran behind Winks went well. I think everything that runs behind She Will Rain goes well as well. So what about the idea that She Will Rain falls over and something like Lucky Louie with, hello, G Schofield. It's got the She Will Rain form. It's second up. It's at home. It was, and it's got the blinkers on.
Well, I love that.
I'm just saying
I love that I missed.
that is the grouse form. The She Will Rain form is the grouse form. The Winks form is the grouse form.
Yeah, so if she will run to grouse form, then she...
No, but things happen. Things happen, like...
It is a bog.
I just can't see it happen.
Why don't horses put their foot in holes anymore and like retire out of races? Or the ones that do it, they're like $8 chances I'm on.
Yeah, well, anyway, this is not a heavy 14 or anything like that. We've had a dry summer. There's been a decent amount of rain this week, but it's not the middle of winter where it's not warm and there's no light and yada yada yada. It's just it's going to be wet, but that's all. Is there anything else we need to say about race 1?
No.
No, not really.
Race 2, and Minari, who had stitches in his lip last week, $2.70, $8 Veronillo, $8.50 Chauffeur, $13 Jukebox. Most of these horses are engaged elsewhere, mostly at Canberra. Pretty sure that Khan is going to Canberra, he's 19, whereas Gunnison's staying here, is 26. I missed Showtime at $14, and of course the second pick is in fact Trekking at $7.50 with Hong Kong Zac on board. Now, this looks a keen race as the field stands. It looks to be a ton of speed. You've got horses like Parast, who looks a speedy Perry thing from out the deep there with the tongue tie on. Showtime holds his position down the inside. Lights gets into a position. Obviously Veronillo works into a forward position. Invader not far away. Minari is right there. It's keen enough.
It's a keen race, but this is another super proof 2-year-old, and the trial was unbelievable the other day. Just
great trial, wasn't it? Great,
tremendous
was
trial.
The trial good?
It was an awesome trial, and it was on a heavy track.
How's it 270?
I think it's great value. The problem is you can't
bet him. You cannot bet today.
You can't bet.
Well, you can't bet. You can't get on, and then you gotta wait for the scratch.
Well, Chauffeur's in at Canberra, Jukebox is in at Canberra, Khan I mentioned, Trekking's in at Canberra, Murakeeb's already gone to Canberra, and Cuba's in at Canberra.
So tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, it's going to be $1.80.
I think it'll be a take. I think it's a good horse, and I think it'll win this race.
Yeah,
and I think it's probably should be top pick for the slipper.
All right, well, let's talk about Trekking, Glenn, who was Jay Doyle's introduction or reintroduction to Sydney racing, where he monstered the horse across the line.
Bit of form out of the race too. Goodfellas going on to have a good preparation after that.
Yeah, he ended up in the Magic Millions, of course.
He just pushed his way out. He did things that 2-year-olds don't do, especially at their first runs. And it wasn't that overly big horse. Typical street cry, and looks like the wet track's a tick there. It's a nice trial the other day, and I suppose it fits in there. What do you want me to say?
I just wanted you to comment on the horse, which you've done.
Well, my comment on the horse will be scratched because John O'Shea doesn't like the blue colours going around on heavy 10s ever, and they all get scratched on the money of the race because
It'll run at Canberra.
it'll run a camera.
All right, well, let's talk about the She Will Rain form then, Veronillo and Showtime.
Well, Veronillo was a bit exposed the other day. Veronillo had the race completely shot to pieces and was grabbed in a second.
Yeah, and ran second.
I don't know what to think of Veronillo, but again, you're talking about no show horse will be scratched.
Okay.
Blue colours are scratched
All
on
right,
heavy tracks.
Well, let's talk about the Snowden horses then.
Yes.
Invader, who
it's one on the
did
track.
appear to do a good job.
Did appear to do a good job, and again also plenty of given the track. They ran just under 113, and looks a likely type. But was that more Wednesday form, that race the other day, Saviatana and Malata?
Look, it's all about, we have to discuss these horses, because when Minari gets scratched tomorrow,
Well, it could be scratched, sir.
well, it probably won't, because it probably needs to. It
Yeah,
probably
I think it's
needs
in
the
the
prize
Canberra
money
race
or
as
whatever.
well.
No, I don't think it is. It is. Sorry, it is. It's in Canberra as well.
So I've done the Canberra form as well. What a busybody I am.
My apologies. So, really, we shouldn't talk about the race.
There could be a 3-horse race, and then the race meeting could be cut off. Let's move on to race 3, guys, because Minari's a hot horse.
Yeah.
He is a hot
It'll
horse.
win.
$3.60 Scarlet Rain, $4.20 Glen All. And then we've got $10 Conchita, Faith's Encore, Samantha, $17 Honestly, $12 Super Maxi, $17 Honesty Prevails, who was hard in the market in a Group 2 the other day at $5, and $18 Martonte. Obviously, it's a keen bean race.
A keen bean race.
Scarlet Rain straight there, Super Maxi coming across. The ladies' night out is fresh for a new stable there. Honesty Prevails, Glen All, Conchita is a desperate rabbit. So sitters, you would imagine, would be the bottom 4.
Yep.
Now, my take on this race was that I was a bit...
Who were the favourites?
No, look, Glen All had well, I think it's a shit price. That's a terrible price about a horse that got beaten by older horses on a Wednesday.
No, and I don't like the draw either.
No, but my approach to this race is you've got a lot of horses that have cheated against the older horses. I'm saying that 3-year-olds are suspect in the elite racing, but against the older horses they've got an advantage, and they shouldn't be coming back to their own age. And I think that's what Scarlet Rain's real problem was the other day.
Right.
Not only did she run against a proper horse called Tactical Advantage, but she had the bloody pox of having beaten the older horses.
Right. That's a really good point, mate. A really, really good point.
All right, Gord.
Gord, start off, mate.
Yeah, keen on number 1, Scarlet Rain.
Really?
I thought it was a great run last start. I'm a bit sort of worried about how close spending to win there was to it, but I'm not a weights person, but 62 down to 57.
So you are a weights person tomorrow.
Well,
you've been beguiled by the weight
I
shift.
mean, it's quite considerable.
You're trying not
it's
to be a
quite
weights
considerable.
person.
Yeah. Well, saying that I'm not a weights person, but in this case, I think it actually means something. The only query I have on it is third start at 1100 metres, which I don't know. Maybe that's its go. I thought the one that trialled really well was number 8, Face Encore.
Tips like, soft, doesn't it?
For a Snowden horse to trial like that over the 1050, also had the pre-trial of over 900 metres. Looks like it's really primed for this race. And I just got a sneaky suspicion.
It's a hot horse.
Yeah, it's a hot horse, yeah.
Gee, I missed it being a hot horse. Go on, keep going.
It's a hot horse, mate.
And,
I understand the style, but I didn't get the
the other
substance.
one was Honesty Prevails, just because I reckon I'm going to get probably 20 or 30 to 1 or something like that, and back to 1100
Oh,
metres.
what about the
seems
stats
right.
scored? One start for 1 win at 1100.
1100, yeah.
No, but it is actually.
It was a 2-year-old race, but yeah.
No, it is actually relevant. It's only had one start at 1100. It was hard in the market in a hot race the other day.
Nice tipping it from the
And
parade.
it's $17. Like what the heck?
It's the back to the 1100. I think is the big thing with that particular horse.
I'm tipping Faith's Encore here, and I really, really like it. But I think it's a race up for grabs. I think there's lots of different little angles. I think both favourites have got massive issues, and I'm tipping Faith's Encore to beat a super Wednesday hot horse down the bottom there, Martonte. Real line chaser, obviously up 10 lengths in grade.
It's the classic Anthony Cummings play, you know.
You get 50 to 1 tomorrow. It's a lightly raced Uncle
the
Mo.
Magic Man.
The Magic
How will
Man.
you get 50 to 1 tomorrow when it's $18 at the moment?
Well, maybe you won't. Maybe now you won't.
So
I go to bed sometimes.
What do you
find these
say,
ones.
Mark? Because I mean, we are obviously really. Well, we're both against Glen All.
Well, what the fuck is Glenall?
Well, it's not proven itself at all. It's all off hype at the moment, isn't it?
Look,
It's a
I
Riddell's
think,
choice.
I think it's a really talented horse. I'm not sure whether tomorrow is the right race for
I
it.
tell you what, you get beaten by 15 sunflowers and realise potential pretty much dead eats with you. That just
So Marton
screams
will be
pen
that
job to me.
$18, that short, will it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got the Anthony Cummings stink about it. No,
Which is a good stink.
Oh yeah. It's like it's.
We don't want to pot another trainer.
They're all overachievers. No, Anthony Cummings does a great job. Lee Curtis does a great job. I like them both.
Ever since Graham Begg give it to you, you've never been the same with
Graham
trainers.
Begg nearly had a start at it.
I know he did. I know he did.
Look, I'm saying that you've got Scarlet Rain, 3-year-old. Honesty Prevails, 3-year-old. Super Maxi cheated against the older horses. Glenall raced to the older horses. Conchita doesn't really count. Faith's Encore has done a lot of racing against the older horses, and Conchita has an SP over it in the Sprite race in Melbourne. Samantha comes out of a 3-year-old race. Laureate doesn't, and Martonte, well, it doesn't really count because it's a Wednesday race, just a 3-year-old race. I think there's a bit of... There are angles to use in that race, and my angle is I like the horses that have raced against their own age. Race 4, and there's not much doing here. $5.50 is Nancy, Zestful, and Hieroglyphics. $7.50 Rocket Commander. I don't know what's going on there. It must be a bog tracker, is it?
It's a real wedding.
But it's like it got to 2,000 at the end of last campaign. It's already been to 1,400. It's on the back up from Melbourne last week.
Back to 1,200.
Interesting. $11 Queen of Kariba, $13 Hallucinari, $13 Serene Majesty, $13 Savro, $18 Frill Seeking, $16 Magic of Dreams. Now, it's last week. It's Jiggy Jog. You know, I'd like to see Frill Seeking show a bit of purpose and find the front. Nancy to come across and sit outside.
Magic Man up the inside.
Magic Man up the inside.
Hieroglyphics here. It just tips itself again, doesn't it?
No, not for me.
It's all got
1100 metre form, not 1200. It's just such a big difference. I mean, is it a new horse, this preparation? Otherwise, I'm just completely against it. I was counting number 1, Nancy.
Even bit in.
I think it showed a bit of style last start, loomed and just wasn't quite fit enough yet.
We said last week the Zestful race is a shit race.
Yeah, I know, but I'm
and
saying...
Dixie Blossoms only won by 9 lengths.
Yeah, but Dixie Blossom's never won. It's not form, okay? Just forget that race.
But it doesn't need to be in this particular circumstance, because I'm saying it wasn't ready first up. I'm saying it is ready now, and I think it's against some horses with question marks. Hieroglyphics, 1200 metre question mark. Zestful, well, it got the jump on Nancy last start, so I prefer to be on Nancy this time. Frill Seeking, I mean, what's it? Hallucinari, Myth of a Horse. What else is there?
Yeah, well, what is there?
Well, that's why Nancy just stamped itself. Great chance at $5.
And what about little...
So did she go missing last preparation? It was like Nancy had a non-prep.
Yeah, I'm ignoring that.
Yeah, I mean,
because
it sort of looks like that, doesn't it?
Because you look at the 2 trials and the 2 runs, like all 4 runarounds were just poor, and she's come back after 121 days off and actually trialled really well and ran a solid second. I think she's ready to do something tomorrow.
Sure.
I'm doing it right now. You're on here. You want to say hello to the
Loudspeaker.
I don't want to say hello to them.
Come on, keep on talking, Mark.
All right. Yeah. Look, I haven't got a lot to say about this race. I suspect
I'll move off camera.
The
Yeah,
three
what do you
chances
want?
are Nancy, Zestful, and Hieroglyphics, and I have mild interest in Frill Seeking if she finds the front.
Hieroglyphs is like question mark over 1200. BF Dullard at J Morera.
I know, but you at your peril, you back winning mares that are winning. I'm ambivalent about her tomorrow.
And I saw Glenn's sheet. He was 6 from 4. So
he said picks itself Hieroglyphics. He didn't even need to know.
Yeah.
In fact, all we're doing is confusing him because he's picked any number of winners already, and we're not backing him up. Race 5, the Canterbury Stakes, time honoured, Group 1.
Sorry about that.
$3.50.
Did you get my tip in the race?
Yeah, your tip's Hieroglyphics.
Oh, that's right.
You said it stamps itself.
Yeah, Rocket Commander. Yeah. Wet track. But I think there's other things too. Anyway, as well.
Canterbury Stakes, $3.50 Chautauqua, $3.80 Music Magnate, $5.50 La Romaine, $9 Ugo Foscolo, who was a famous Italian writer. Poet. Yeah.
Ugo Foscolo.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah. I think his name was Niccolo Foscolo, but he changed to Ugo.
Oh yeah.
Just needed to know that,
I
obviously.
should change my name to Glennsta. Everyone says Glennsta.
$11 Haraki, $13 impending. Does it seem a bit long to you, Haraki? Here?
A little bit.
Um,
But it'll be scratched.
$20. Yeah, $20 Japanise me. Didn't it win the heavy
Japanise
first
me
up?
or Japanese me?
Japanise me.
Japanese me.
Yeah, Haraki didn't. It beat Le Romain, didn't it?
Yeah, it did indeed.
On the
So
heavy turn.
what the hell is Chautauqua doing here?
Throw up the stumps.
It's like, we don't know. We've sort of lost the plot a bit.
Yeah.
We can't run the new mark because we don't run in handicaps anymore. We're not hanging for Mooney Valley at the Alistair.
It's 300,000 the winner. Goes well at Randwick, goes well in the wet, goes well Sydney for Tommy.
And the weird part about this race, of course, is it's 1,300. It's like it's just a super weird distance that compromises lots of things about the race. As far as the speed is concerned, I thought Gabo's acquisition would obviously be heading for the van. Music Magnate could easily hold it out. Japona's Me is certainly not far away, and Le Romain takes midfield. Glenn.
I just thought it looked a nice race for Music Magnate. It's come back flying. I like the trial since. I like the look of the trial. I'm thinking this horse is kind of third up tomorrow, even though it's second up. And I was tipping it to beat Le Romain. It's come back flying. I got away from Chautauqua, a big deal. But I take your point about Haraki, but I probably brushed over it a bit quick because I thought it'd be out.
Good. I love Music Magnate as a horse. I just think one of these horses is going to have superior ability tomorrow. One of the other ones.
All right,
I'm
so
not sure
give us
which
your bracket
one.
of
So
these
my
other horses that are better than him.
2 Le Romain. There's a question. Chautauqua, obviously, that's not a backable price, but who knows? Who knows?
It's
But it's a pen job for me. But I admit,
You can lose
it's got to have
you
a
can win.
chance. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this favourite.
Yeah.
What's a pen job?
Well, the other thing is that it did something go wrong after it went to Hong Kong and won the race. It's done nothing in 3 runs.
Yeah.
Is there any clue there?
Well, I think that's it. I'm finished with it. This is desperation. I'm not interested in backing the horse when.
Yeah, so it's lost its way. Is that what we're?
I think lost its way is a very fair way to put it. I think if the owners ask the owners what they think about your horse, they go, we're a bit worried about it. We think it's lost its way.
Yeah, we're trying to get back on track.
Yeah, but it can win.
Yeah. Definitely. And so, but you just got to cop it on the chin if it does.
All right, so Gord, your bracket of horses that are better, that are potentially better than Music Magnate.
Le Romain, definitely. What the hell has this horse done wrong? Loves a heavy track. Good start second up. Been running in the Group 1 stuff.
Does have a horse that's got an SP over it. That's a drag on it.
What's the horse?
Impending.
Yeah,
Who drew gate 1? Who drew the wrong
You
lane?
spend so much time on these O'Shea horses, right? You're going to be just
No, I'm just saying that the presence of it there is like it's like on Le Romain.
Yeah, it's not for me because. I mean,
No,
I've got a top
it doesn't
selection.
stop it winning. I'm just saying it's like
No, but it's about how you do things as well. You obviously give more credence to SP profile than I do because I reckon the market's wrong all the time. So. Yeah, number 2, Le Romain. Think it's a great chance. Can't see why it can't win again. Seems reasonable odds to me. Music Magnate, of course, for all you've said, but maybe is it up to that top level that some of these are?
well, it
Haraki
actually won a lot better race than Le Romain did.
I'm saying form round Curo and Ball of Muscle is not as solid as the stuff that Le Romain and
around
Haraki
Big Money,
and
that Big
Chautauqua.
Money who finished.
Yeah, but let's go off last preparation. Le Romain is a proven Group 1 performer against top horses. I can't say that about Music Magnate yet, but it might have the ability. Haraki.
Hang on. Like, Music Magnate has won a Brisbane Group 1, so it's a bit. But it was over 1350. Le Romain's Group 1s are 1600.
Yeah.
So
But
he's
it's
second
against
up tomorrow.
It's against proper horses. I would prefer him over a longer distance tomorrow, but you can't have everything you want.
Okay.
I like watching tennis with you too.
Yeah.
What else?
Haraki has a chance, class horse. I think Japanism is gone. Ugo for Scola, there has to be a question mark about this horse. Like
A good question mark or a bad question mark?
Well, a question mark is in like what ability does it have? Because the trial is absolutely awesome. It's obviously likes the wet. I mean, it's got form in New Zealand, so it can.
The one runner said they didn't like the wet.
Well, it can run on like a heavy.
You two going to have a bitch fight in a minute?
Well, I mean, he's just being argumentative. It's a great chance, and it'll be fine on the heavy track. What that one run you're going off at Hastings, like a big deal.
Well, you know, punters want to know. The connection set it in the end of the track.
Okay. So it's also run on heavy and won before, and run on soft.
Yeah.
Before
So
and
you're
won
saying
before as well.
don't
And
ignore
I
that.
just always find that New Zealand horses are better in wet tracks because I suppose they've got more experience.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty keen on Le Romain from Music Magnate and Ugo for Scholar. Do you see that trial?
So after all that, your numbers are the same top 2 as mine, the other way around.
Yeah.
After all that. I like Music Magnate. That's the end of part 1.
And yeah,